Clarity. Getting clear on your life is the first step on your journey to a better you. Now let's think of it as a GPS. If you were in a car and you put in the information as to where you're going and your GPS is unable to locate you, it's going to be useless, right? It's not going to be able to give you a roadmap. So the same thing happens when you're not clear. It's not the same for you to have an idea of where it is that you want to go if you don't know where you are, who you are, what it is that you're doing. It's not going to give you an idea of how to get there. You're not going to be able to create steps or make changes in your life. So it is important for you to get clear on where you are so that you can actually start that journey. So what I did and what you need to do right now is that you need to start with a notebook. You need to start a journal. Now this journal is going to be something that you're going to follow for a couple of days. Doesn't matter how long it takes. And what you're going to do is you're going to ask tough questions. Yes, you're going to ask tough questions about yourself. You're going to challenge yourself. And you're going to be brutally honest. You're going to open up, and it doesn't matter what answers you give yourself, as painful as they can be. You need to understand them. You need to accept them because you're asking yourself, and yourself is not going to lie. So one of the things that I did is that when I began asking these questions, I did them as towards Eileen. So I addressed them towards me. And some of the questions are as follow. Now you can copy my questions or you can make up your own questions. It doesn't matter. There's no perfect way. So one of the questions that I asked was, Eileen, what's wrong? I wanted to open up. I wanted to understand what was hurting me. The second question was, Eileen, what is it that you really believe for yourself? Now, the reason I asked that question is because many times we're holding on to beliefs that came to us from our parents, from society in general, our schools, whatever. Whoever we're associated with, we tend to absorb what they believe. And those beliefs, if they are left unchecked, they can become our prison. Those are the same beliefs that can hold us back from moving forward and from being able to achieve our goals. So if you are not clear on why you believe something, it's time you challenge it, because you should be only holding on to those beliefs that mean something in your life. Look, if your mother told you to believe in a certain way and that belief makes no sense to you, might not be serving you. So I'm not saying to discard everything that you were taught. I'm not saying that everything was bad. I'm just saying you need to be able to know how to defend it. You need to be able to understand what it means in your life. If it's not connected to you, there's a reason for it. It might not be yours. So let go of anything that doesn't belong to you and hold on to the ones that really matter. Remember, anything that you hold on to that doesn't belong to you might be keeping you from your destiny. It might be keeping you from your purpose. We don't want that. That comes from being clear. All right. So that's one of the questions that I would suggest. Don't discard. Ask that. Challenge yourself with that. There's another question, and it's Eileen. If nobody else was looking, if nobody cared, what would you dare do? Now, the reason that question is so important to me is because a lot of times we do not move forward because we're afraid of hurting people's feelings. We feel that, we respect them, they should know better than us, so let's follow their guidance. Sometimes we're just holding on to their expectations. We want to meet their expectations, and we live life according to them rather than life according to ourselves. So for me, it's important for me to understand what it is that I would do if nobody was watching, because chances are that's where your purpose is. It is something that you don't dare do that would really make you happy, but you're afraid that other people won't receive it well. So imagine a world where nobody can say anything, nobody's looking at you. What is it that you would do? Get clear on that, because that's going to change the way you move forward. And use that same example that I just did with those 3 questions. Give yourself a couple of more questions, but really be challenging and touch on every aspect of your life. It could be your health. How am I feeling? What am I doing? What is Eileen doing to take care of her weight? What is Eileen doing to take care of her health? How is Eileen feeling? Go after every single area. How happy is Eileen with her husband? How happy is Eileen with her children? What is Eileen doing to make her relationships better? Force yourself. Be accountable. Remember, this is not about you becoming a victim with your questions. What are you doing? What is it that you're doing to make your life better? What is it that you're feeling? Why is it that you're feeling that way? Become accountable. Be brutally honest. Remember, this is not about victim. This is about empowerment. All right? So you're going to use this exercise to get clear on who you are, where is it that you are, and what is it that you're doing today. Those 3 things are key in your life. Every question should be able to touch every area of your life, be past and present, and know where it is that you want to be in every aspect of your life. So if it's about the weight, what is that perfect goal weight that you want? If it's about your career, what is the career that you would love to be doing? If it's about your car and you're driving a Toyota and you want an Audi, what is it? Define it. Be specific. Because once you know where you want to be and you know where you are, you're going to be able to identify what steps you need to take to get there. All right, so this is basically outlining your life. One of the things that you need to understand is that getting clear doesn't happen immediately. It could take a couple of days. Now, in my case, when I started my journal, it took 7 days. Now, 7 days, don't hold on to that number. You can get clear in 2 days. You can get clear in 14 or more. It doesn't really matter. It all depends on how open you are to being honest. Challenge yourself. That's so important. Be brutally honest. Listen, you're not insulting anybody. You're not offending anybody. The past is the past. It's not going to hurt you anymore. It might be painful to remember, but it's already been there. The damage was done. So just basically spell it out for yourself. Get clear. Admit to certain things, and it's going to release you. It's actually freedom. So be brutally honest, and then decide what it is that you're going to do next. Now, this is not about knowing how you're going to do things. This is just about you becoming clear, you understanding your situation, you having a vision, and you being ready to move forward. Now, getting clear, it doesn't just help you with clarity. It does a lot more for you. Now, in 2011, in October 2011 to be exact, I hit rock bottom. Now, when I hit rock bottom, I actually had already been 3.5 years on my journey. When I hit rock bottom, I prayed for death. I was in so much pain. I felt so lonely. I had nobody to talk to. Nobody could understand me. I was at my worst. But you know what? I had already done my journal. My journal had given me clarity. It had brought me face to face with my demons. I knew where I wanted to be, and I already knew what steps I needed to take. So hitting rock bottom, even though it was really painful, was not new. I knew in my heart that those residual effects from my past were still at work. So to me, it was not something that should break me, but it was painful enough to put me in a place where I didn't want to be. So because I had done this journal gave me a little bit of hope. It gave me a little bit of faith. It gave me a little bit of strength. Now, none of these were big enough to be visible, but it was enough to get me through my darkness. Now, the reason I say that is because at the same time that I was going through this darkness, I know of a man who put a gun to his head for financial issues, which were the exact burden that I had. He took his life because he didn't have that faith. He didn't have that hope. He didn't have that strength. He gave up because he could not take the pain. He could not see anything better. Getting clear, doing this journal saved my life. It gave me that little bit that I needed to be able to get a little bit further. If it wasn't because I had taken the time to get clear on my life, I don't think I would have been able to survive, because I was praying for death. I was at my last. I didn't know what to do. I didn't have answers. I didn't know the how. But I knew that there was something better for me. There is something better for you. If you're watching this video right now, you know there's something out there that's great waiting for you. You just haven't been able to define it yet. This is that moment. This is that step that you need to get started. There's other steps that are going to follow. We're going to have to work on forgiveness. We're going to have to work on believing in yourself, on pushing yourself past your limitations. We're going to have to work on taking action. But it all starts by you getting clear, by you defining your life. Let me tell you something. Many times we're holding on to the ideas that other people bring to us, but we forget they have no role in our lives. Their opinions are just that, opinions. They are experts in their own lives. They're experts in their own journey, and they have their own purpose to fulfill. They have no right defining your life. They have no right telling you how to live, or where to go, or what to do. And they have no right or understanding of what your purpose is. That is yours. That's personal. That was given to you as a task. So it is your job, your responsibility to get clear, to define your life, and to live life accordingly. It starts right now with that notebook, that journal. Start writing. Start putting down the questions. Challenge yourself in every aspect of your life. It doesn't matter what. And one thing that you need to get clear on, just because you're having a problem in one area, it doesn't mean that it's in that area. You could be holding on to other things from other parts in your life that are affecting that area. So that is why I say get clear on every aspect of your life. Everything from your kids, from your weight, from your health, from your job, every single area, your religion. It doesn't matter. If you know it, touch on it. Make sure you address it. Don't leave any stone unturned. It's your life. You deserve better. It starts with clarity. We're here to help you step by step. But you need to become clear. You need to be open. You need to be brutally honest. Remember, you're fighting for your life. You're fighting for your future. You are the one that can make a difference. Everything that we say to you right now means nothing if you don't apply it. Start with your journal. Challenge yourself. Be honest. This is the first step of your life, and it could save your life. Take care.